Hi everyone, Kara here with my Naturally Random Spirit. I'm going to do a quick video response to Katey Flowers on if you could only keep 10 Oracle and Tarot decks, what would they be? And I'm just going to try to be as quick as I can because the past couple times I tried filming this, I talked way too much. First deck that I have is my Thoth deck. This is the version that I have. It's pretty old. The reason why I would keep this deck is because I got this deck from my dad when I was 12 or 13. May have been sooner than that. I can't remember. I grew up in a family that is very open to all types of spiritual study. And they were studying a lot of tarot at the time. So he didn't necessarily connect with this deck, so he thought maybe I would, so he gave it to me. And I absolutely love it. The second one that I would have to keep, of course, is my Seasons and Elements Oracle. For those of you who don't know, I created this Oracle in 2019 for myself and for my family. It wasn't intended to be released to the public until recently, when I've worked with other people with this deck, and it actually ended up being kind of a hit and being, it worked really well for other people as well, not just me. So I went ahead and put it on Kickstarter, so it's live on Kickstarter right now, and I'll put the link down below so you can check that out if it's something you'd be interested in. Let me open this up. Actually, so this deck, I call it an Oracle deck, but it does have a system to it. Here are the backs. So to kind of quickly describe this deck, it is based on the seasons and the elements, which is something I really connect with and what really resonates with me, which is why I made this deck, because I felt like I had a need to fill, basically. So it has kind of, I guess, what you would consider major arcana, and I'll show you that in a minute. But then it has the different suits. So we have the spring suit, the summer suit, fall suit, winter suit, and then the universe suit. So let me kind of show you how that works. So we got what you consider the majors, which we have earth, air, sorry they're slippery, fire, water, they all want to come into play, and spirit. And then you have what's basically considered the ace of each suit. So we have spring, and then we have 5 cards underneath that ace in that suit. Sorry, I'm going kind of fast again because I'm trying not to be too long. So we have summer, again, going through that. There's 5 underneath each one. And I can do, if you guys end up being interested, I can do a full walkthrough of this deck. So anywho, yeah, this deck works in doubles. It just kind of helps point out to me, and it's because of how my brain works. In a spread, if I get a double of something, it's like basically indicating, hey, this is where your main area of focus needs to be right now. Or it can help, of course, emphasize on another card. The next one that I have is this is in no particular order, by the way. The first 2 were, but after this it's really not. 5-cent Oracle. Let me get the cards out. They are like a vintage circus or carnival style I got the lavender edged version. And what's really neat, let me see if I want to do, is these cards. I know some people don't like keywords, but what's really neat about these cards is, of course, you can see this is the upright version, or Knight of Needles. And it gives you a little, like a main keyword on top, then it gives you a couple more. But what's neat is if you're practicing tarot and you want to do reversals, I don't usually do reversals, but if you want to, then if you flip this over and it's reversed, it tells you at that point what it would mean in reverse, what the main keywords would be. And it gives you, you know, a couple more keywords. So it's pretty cool how that works. I think it's really good. I mean, they do rename the suits. So needles are swords, matches are wands, and so on and so on. But you know, the guidebook's pretty good as well. It goes down to even like the types of animals that they use in the cards as well. So I really enjoy this deck, especially. So the next one I have is the Cosmic Tarot. And let me try to pull it out real quick. This is based on the Golden Dawn system. Here's the backs. Again, this deck is very full of symbolism, and it's just, I love the style of the cards. And it does, I love that Hangman card. Okay, can I just say that the Hangman is not one of my favorite cards. Okay, I don't think it's anybody's favorite card, but the depiction in this deck I like, because you can see he's not bound. He's up there by choice. He's basically taken a zen out time to just zen and see things from a different perspective. And I really like that. This does have, I love that hermit too. This is a good inclusive deck. It's got different ethnicities and what have you. A little bit, some of the androgynous imagery, which is suitable for nowadays, if that makes any sense. I apologize if I say things and they kind of sound oddly put together. My brain does that sometimes. So yeah, I really enjoy this deck. The next one I'm going to show you is the Star Spinner Tarot. I think I got this during Pride. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me put this box aside here. Here's the backs. I love the backs. It's like this metallic lavender. It's not really coming off in the camera, I don't think, but it does have like a slight metallic nature to it. And the way the borders just kind of bounce off of that, it's so pretty. I like the art style, but the colors are very bold, but they do have some muted tones, which is nice. And this deck is, in my opinion, very inclusive, very diverse. Trying to see. It has, I think, 4 versions of the Lover's card. Interracial couples, same-sex couples, gender diverse couples. So you might have some that are a little bit more androgynous, can be seen as feminine or masculine, however you want to take it. So that's really cool. So this is number 6 and 7. It's the Oracle of Mystical Moments, the Oracle, and then we have Mystical Moments Tarot. My little, sorry, Salt rocks are falling. So for, since this one wants to open, we'll do this one. I'm not a fan of the size of this deck. I like typical tarot size, but it's still just as beautiful. I just have like small hands and have a hard time. One of my favorite sensory things to do is shuffle, and it's hard for me to do that with these. But it's got silver edging. I love the colors of the backs. But the artwork in this deck is just so gorgeous. Queen of Wands, very beautiful. Let's see. Ace of Swords. There is some Asian influence in here as well that I'm trying to find. Here we go. There's another one, and here we go. So when I look for cards, I do try to find culturally diverse and gender diverse decks as much as possible. So just beautiful, and I love, you know, they're bright colors, but they're not at the same time. They're muted. They have that vintage feel to it, which I really like. The Oracle deck, real quick, is a normal tarot size, which I prefer. And this has more of like a semi-matte finish, which I kind of prefer too. And this is just, again, the imagery is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I mean, these are images that these are great for meditation. And if you sit there, like, I love this card. To just sit there and study each card one by one, really sit and look deeply in each image, and you just keep pulling more and more out of it. It's really cool. Like, oh, Bloom, I love this. Like, my home is my castle. I love that. So that is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. The next one is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Here's the backs. And, sorry, these aren't in order right now. But they're just, I mean, I don't know if you can see. The gold embossing just really makes the images pop. And it just, I just absolutely love the styling on this deck. The backs aren't my favorite. To me, they don't really match for some reason. I mean, that's just my opinion. But the artwork on the rest of these cards, I just really, really enjoy. My ninth deck, and I have to pull it out because I don't have it in its actual box, just because the box itself is so big. It is the Housewives Tarot, and I just keep it in this bag. So here's the backs. And this deck is hilarious. It is cheeky, but it gets the point across. It's actually very caring and very helpful, but the definitions in the book are very cheeky. It's so, I really, really like it. It's one of those decks that if you need kind of a little bit of a chuckle while you do a serious read, it's there for you. I just really, really love its sense of humor. Isn't that how we all feel? Devil food cake. I just love that. So yeah, it's a very cheeky card or deck with a good sense of humor. Okay, the last one that I have is my Zombie Tarot. So it goes along really well with the Housewives Tarot. What is funny about this deck, and one of the reasons why I got this deck, is because the whole zombie apocalypse thing is kind of triggering to me in a way. So I kind of got this for a little bit of exposure therapy. And when I got it and I started looking at it, it didn't trigger me really at all, which was really funny to see. It's just, again, that style that I like, where it looks like the vintage ads, the vintage advertisements. I love this card for a couple reasons. If you look at this, you know how in most movies, men are always saving the women. And the women always are depicted as like this helpless thing that can't defend themselves. And, you know, they're just like, oh my goodness, I can't, you know, it's too much. But it's reversed here. You see the man, he's kind of freaking out a little bit here in the back of the boat. And the woman is perfectly content, not freaking out at all. She's got a smile on her face and she's taking care of business. And see, and that's the other thing I like about this deck. Again, it has a cheeky sense of humor to it that still gets the message across. So that was my 10th deck, everybody. I had some runner-ups, and I don't know if I'll pull those out completely and show you the cards themselves, but I might just pull the deck out. The 2-penny Oracle that came with my 5-cent tarot deck. And then I have the Happy Tarot. I was also a runner-up. And this is just a really cute deck for if, you know, you need to do some like inner child work, or if you have some serious matters that you need to have a kind of like, you don't want to be so serious and you need a light heart to deal with, like a lighthearted deck that would kind of make you smile, even though the lessons and the stuff you're working through is hard. And then I also have the Alchemical Tarot renewed. I guess it's the fifth edition. And I really like this for the symbology and the alchemical influence and all that stuff. So that was also a runner-up. But anywho, everyone, I am glad that you took the time to watch my video. I hope to see more of everyone's video responses to Katey Flowers. I had fun making the video response myself, and I hope you all have a fantabulous day or night whenever you're seeing this, and I will catch you all later. Bye.